Hello, welcome to Just Prime, and as part of this video we are going to understand one of the important keyword called this, right? So before starting into this keyword understanding, so as part of the previous videos we have already discussed about the class, method, constructor, object creation, all those things. So all those things we'll be using in this video to understand this keyword. In case if you have not visited my previous videos, I will recommend you to go and visit these videos first, and then you can come back to this keyword understanding. Okay, first then come back to this keyword. So basically this keyword will work on the current object where we are working, and this keyword is mainly work on the variables, methods and constructor of an object or on a class. So basically we can discuss about almost 7 scenarios regarding this keyword, and with the help of an example we'll be understanding all these scenarios one by one. First let me write a simple Java program, then we can understand all the scenarios related to this keyword. So I'm going to create a so the package name is com this demo.example, and so let me give here this demo is our class name and we need main method, so I'm doing this check and finish it. So our default class is ready and the class name is this demo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a simple couple of methods which will take one method as an argument and another method will display the value, right? So let me write public void set val. So similarly I'm going to write another method which will display the value. So basically here I am going to set the value integer x, integer y. So basically, so the integer y value I am going to display over here. So y equal to x. So what I am trying to do here, so I am going to send the value x to set value method, and this will be assigned to the global variable, and the same variable I am trying to print over here in the display value. So first I have to call this method and then followed by this method, so then I can able to display the value. First let me create an object. This demo, so this we have already discussed about how to create an object. So I'm just trying to create the object and let me pass the n and then followed by display value, right? So I'm passing 10 here and I want to display this value. So let me run this program and we'll see what value we are going to get it. So we can see over here we are passing 10 and we are getting 10 as an output. Similarly, let me give a different variable or value and we can see the same value. This is fine. So far it's fine, it's working, whatever value we are passing it's displaying. So now let me think about these variables, right? So this is called as a local variable and this y is called as a global variable. Right now this local variable and global variable are different names, and we can see Eclipse is providing a different color notation also. If you see here, it's the global variable, it's we can see the different color, and the local variable also we can see it's a different color, right? So this is the way we can able to differentiate the color indication. Say for instance, so the local variable and global variable, if the names are same, what will happen? Now let me run this program and we will see the output. If we see here, right, so though I'm passing 11 here, but the results is displaying as a 0, right? This is the issue. And if you see here, our Eclipse already giving a warning message. It's saying that the assignment to a variable has not, there is no effect. So what is happening here at line number 8? So we are trying to assign our local variable to our local variable itself. So y is assigning to y, means the assignment is happening only to the local variable. It's not assigning to the global variable, right? So due to that, the value what we are passing here, it's not setting to the global variable. So the global variable, the default value is 0 for integer, so that value it is trying to display over here. So this is the issue here. To differentiate the local variable and global variable when the names are same, we can use this keyword over here. So basically that this means the current object having the members as global variables, right? So we are going to use this keyword, and we are trying to access the global variables by using this keyword or current object, and take any member from this current instance, and then you can reset the value or you can assign the value. So this is the way we can able to differentiate local variable and global variable when the names are same. So this is the one of the use case of the this keyword. So this keyword will work on mainly the current object where we are working, and it's having the ability to take all the instance variables or instance members of the object or this keyword. So this is one of the use case. Okay, let me see the same example. If I keep here static, what will happen, right? So I'm just changing the method signatures slightly different, making a difference by using the static keyword. And then we can say compilation error over here at line number 8. So cannot use this in a static context. So that means that this keyword is specific to instance, it's not specific to a class, right? So the static is specific to a class. So that means inside this inside static, this will not work. So this is one of the a point we need to keep in our mind whenever we are trying to use this keyword. That method should not have static keyword as part of the signature, right? This is one of the point I just want to highlight. And the second one, what I want to the second use case is, right? So let me take the same example over here. So once after assigning the value to the global variable by using this keyword, I want to call this function directly from here. I don't want to call from here. So how to call this one, right? It's a very simple one, straightforward, right? So you can use directly this one. So you can assign the value to the global variable, then followed by you can call the local methods. So then you can directly execute this program. You can expect the results. 11. So here if you notice over here at line number 9, so we are calling the method name directly. We are not using any prefix over here. So you can use over here this also, but this is an optional. So what is happening over here? So whenever we are calling whenever we are using this keyword, it will try to use the current object, and it will try to call the method, and with the global state, whatever the values are assigned. So this is one of the use case. So by using this keyword, we can able to call the current object methods and variables. So this is the one of third use case. So this keyword. Okay, now the another use case is, right? Say for instance, we have a constructor over here. So this is one of the default constructor, and I am going to write another constructor as well. So this is an argument constructor, integer x. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to comment it out. So this is the default constructor and this is the argument constructor, and as part of our line number 23, we are trying to call the default constructor when we are trying to create an object. So my scenario is whenever I'm trying to call a default constructor, I want to call the argument constructor. So how can I do that one? So it's very easy. You can use the same this keyword and you can pass the argument. Which constructor you want to call? I want to call the argument constructor, and you can go right over here. So this is the another use case. So by using this keyword, we can able to call the constructor as well. So you can mark this one as a y. So by using this code, we can able to call the constructor as well, right? So now let me comment out this method, and now let me call the display part. So I'm trying to call the default constructor, and default constructor, from default constructor I'm trying to call the argument constructor. Then I am setting the global variable, and then I can able to display the value, right? So this is the another use case. So by using this keyword, we can able to call the constructor as well from another constructor. So this is one of the use case, and now let me clear it out. So the another use case is, right, so this keyword can be useful when we are trying to pass the current object to another class, right? So let me write a simple other class A. So this is another class. So here what I want to do over here, I want to create a simple method, public void show. So inside this method, what I want to do over here, so these are the two different values, and whenever I'm trying to call this method, so I want to call this method and with the help of current object state. So how can I pass this one, right? So this is what it is expecting, t dot show value, right? So this is another method. So let me write this method. X, right? Show value. So this is very simple one, right? So let me comment. So basically I'm going to create an object for this one, and I will try to call the d dot set. So what I'm trying to do here, d dot set, I'm trying to call this method, and from this method I want to call the show method. You can use this dot show. So this is the where we are going to use this keyword to pass the current object state as an argument to the show method. So here I am trying to use this keyword. So though we are not creating any object, but still just we are trying to use this keyword, and we are passing an argument to the method, and inside this method we are trying to access the members of the object, right? So let me call this one, and we can see the show value, right? So this is the another use case of this keyword. We can able to use as an argument, and we can able to pass the current state or reference as a method argument, right? So and the last use case we can see, and similarly like how we passed an argument as a method, and similarly we can able to pass the current object or current state as an argument to the constructor as well. So now let me create another object over here, new here. So here basically what I want to do here, I want to pass this argument. Let me put over here a. So here I will try to create a constructor, and in this constructor I am going to expect this demo. So here you can call d dot show value. So though we are not calling directly, we can able to call directly the show value from this class itself, but our main intention is we want to pass the current state object as a reference to the constructor, right? So now let me run this program and we can see the show value, right? So this is the another use case. So basically the instance reference can be passed as a constructor argument as well as method argument, right? So this is another use case. And the last use case is, so far we pass the constructor, so far we pass the reference as an argument, and the same way we can able to return the current state as an object reference, right? So let me show you that example as well. I'll just make simple, yes. So this is the simple method, this demo. So what is this method is doing over here? This is a simple method set and it's returning the current state object as a return type, right? So here this demo I created an object, and what I'm trying to do here, I'm calling the set method and I'm expecting it should return this demo as a return type. So I can use this return type and I can call any method which is available inside this same class. So this is another and the last use case is we can use this keyword as a return type of the current object or current state. So this is the last use case. So now I can able to call this method directly by using this the return reference. So these are the different types of use cases where we can use this keyword. Like we can use to differentiate the local and global variable by using this keyword, and similarly we can able to call the instance methods and we can able to pass the argument for a constructor as a reference variable, and similarly we can able to pass the reference of the current state as a method argument, and we can able to use to return the current state of an object as a method return type. So these are the different types of use cases of this keyword when we are trying to work on the current state of an object. I think that's all about this video, and if you like the video you can click the like button and subscribe the channel for more subsequent videos. And thank you, thanks for your time.